Sweet, sweet, kiss our little. Now for go alone, yeah. Sweet, sweet, kiss our little. Now for go along. You take it from Peter today, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, whether rich or poor. Boy, don't pray for long fellow, he can pray for long life. As long as they live, you know, the better we grow. Fine, power is fine, oh, it can make you heavy. It's just like a brook, you know, a way to capsize. Sweet, sweet, kiss our liver. Not for go alone. He might be can eat it, or a picture can eat it. Kiss our liver, kiss our liver, oh, sweet kiss our liver. Not for go alone. You take it from Peter today, or Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. You take it from me right today, or mother will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, fine, oh, by your fine, when in your favor. Well, people do to you, you have to cry. Hard enough for one person, oh, it's a matter of time. Hard time is a lesson, yeah, brother, this I have. Sweet, sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone, mama. Human being can eat it, oh, the deer can eat it. Kiss our liver. Kiss our liver, not for go alone. Human beings can eat it, or a creature eat it too. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, whether rich or poor. Why not pray for long fellow? He can pray for long life. As long as they living, the better we grow. You take it from me right today, oh, Mary will take it from you tomorrow, mama. Hey, you take it from Peter today, oh, Paul will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, fine, power is fine, oh, it can make you heavy. Looking like a crook, you know, a way to capsize. Kiss our Leo, kiss our Leah, kiss our Leah, mama, don't for go alone. Why don't pray for long fellow? He always pray for long life. As long as they living, the better we grow. Sweet, sweet, kiss our liver, not for go alone. That's enough for one person, oh, it's a matter of time, papa. Our time is a lesson, yeah, brother, this I had. I'm on by the way, live up where my way. Kiss our little, not for go alone, yeah. Sweet, sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone. You take it from Peter today, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. your poor. Why not pray for long fellow? He can pray for long life. As long as they live, the better we grow. Fine power if I know. It can make you heavy. It's just like a volcano. It way to capsize. Sweet kiss our liver. Not for go alone. He might be can eat it. Or a picture can eat it. Kiss our liver. Kiss our liver. Oh, sweet kiss our liver. Not for go alone. You take it from Peter today, or Paul will take it from you tomorrow, Mama. You take it from me right today, or Mother will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, oh, by your fine, may in your fever. Well, people do to you, you going to cry. Hard enough for one person, it's a matter of time. Hard time is a lesson, yeah, brother, this I had. Sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone, mama. Human being can eat it, the deer can.
And so, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on your location where you're watching us from. Vix time, we'd like to say welcome, Vix Evening to BKS TV. Welcome to the Heat Tower program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Tower, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullets. We comes to you every Monday through Sunday, beginning at 8 o'clock p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Liberia time. And of course, today is the 13th date of September AD 2025. Yes, indeed, we are here again today to bring you happenings around Nima, Liberia, and the rest of the world. Today in Nima County, the district meet, also known as the Peace Tournament, resumed in Sekle PA City, Nima County, with district number district 4 taking on district number 7 in the opening match today in Sekle PA, Nima County. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency launches manhunt for suspected drug dealer. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, NIMA Detachment, GANTA, launched a manhunt for suspected illicit drug dealer who was based in Ganta City, Nima County, according to communication from the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. The suspect, who is legally known in Ganta and its environs, Charles Taylor, recently escaped from jail after he was arrested by officers of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency in collaboration with local residents and the Ganta business community. And of course, the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism presents the second edition of Government Town Hall in San Nicolas City, Nima County. Today's town hall meeting was known as Come Let's Talk, and the topic was Waka Conle Administration Progress for the 18-month covering all sectors in Liberia. The program was held in San Nicolas City, Nima County. Again, we'd like to say welcome to all of you, those of you just joining us via Radio Land, and those of you too also following us on Facebook and YouTube. We'd like to say welcome to the show here, Vix Sealing. In today's edition of the program, we're going to have with us Mr. Lansky Bagoyon, former Deputy Minister at the Ministry of Information and 2 times represented candidate in Electoral District 7, Nima County, will be our guest tonight on the show. And of course, we're going to be discussing Nima interest. We're going to be discussing Liberia interest. We're going to be discussing issues surrounding Nima, issues affecting Nima, issues relating to Nima County. Mr. Bagoyon will be joining us very shortly on the show here at Big Ceiling. But again, as we always say on the show, we like to recognize all of our followers. Tell us where you're watching us from this evening, your name, your location, and where you're watching us from this evening. Tell us your name, your location, and where you're watching us from this evening on the show. My friend and brother Shadrach G. Tobe is already here. Shadrach, let me bring Shadrach on so that we can have good evening, Shadrach. Welcome. How you doing, my brother?
Good evening, Jim. What's up?
I'm great. What about you, Chief?
Well, one there's left, there's hope. We are here.
They always say that money men can say those things, People that making money, that they don't want to say
I
those
think
things. Once there is
I
life,
think
there is hope. You drinking in Liberia, you never see people drink aqua life just like that, but you drink it on a daily basis, and you say once there is life, there is hope. Which hope are you looking for again, Shadrach?
a better hope than the current
Hey,
situation. Gino, it's good to be
no
here.
problem,
As
Chief.
usual, man.
Tell us what's on your mind this evening. The guest is already in the back, so we can bring him on shortly.
Yeah, as usual. Let me say thanks to everybody out there, and I will always preach the message, changing mind, teaching attitude. We Liberians, we all have problems. Till our country can be better, but we change our mindset about society, the way in which things, we're looking at 10 years back, 30 years back, it will never be currently, and 5 years from now, 6 years from now. So we gotta change our mind, our attitude towards society, the reality of life currently, so that we adjust our thinking to improve our society, our country, for the betterment of our incoming generation, so that we cannot be judged tomorrow the wrong way, but for the better good of the society. So the way people used to buy a cup of rice, $10 in the 90s, and when we got into 2000, it changed to 25, 50, and as time goes by, it will go to 100 because our population is growing. So we expect all these things that will change for different dimensions. So we got to change our mind and our attitude towards society to get a better understanding of life, the reality of life. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Shadrach. Change in mind, change in attitude. I think I did a course that was psychology, and when we went deeper inside, that was said to us that change in firstly before you change somebody, you got to change the mindset of the person. If you
Yeah.
cannot change the mindset of the person, then you will not change that person. We used to say you can take somebody from Liberia, but you can't take the Liberia from any person. So before you take the
Mhm.
Liberia from in that person, you got to change the person mind. Then the attitude of that person will change. So
Exactly, sir.
it's really a good one. I hope and pray that one of these days we will sit here to discuss human nature. How can we change the attitude of human beings? What are those things that we need to do to change the attitude of human beings? But it's good having you on the show this evening, my brother Shadrach. It's great having you on here again. Today, District 7 take on District 4. And in the opening match of the District League in Nima County, and the district league is held in Secretary City, Nima County. In today's opening match, District 7 beat District number 4-3-0. So, in other words, Musa Ability won Enes Masie 3-0. But I know that District 5 will be playing very soon. We will be discussing that shortly after the guest leaves. We'll be throwing light on it. But CEO, good evening. Welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief?
Hasa Shadrach labi na miso.
Ah,
I didn't say anything. The man laughing. Come on in. The man laughing.
I see you calling the name. I see you are not a blessing. So as you smart, you get smarty.
I say, Shadrach, the man I got Starlink in Liberia. The man, we missed you.
I got
We missed you yesterday. You know, I was telling.
No, Shaga has already joined, but I told him that we were almost done with the show, so he
Yeah,
came from class late.
he was in class yesterday, so he's always on there. So yeah, man,
yeah.
we appreciate your promptness when it comes to coming on the show. Shadrach is one of the few that always show up here on time. So we want to say thank you to that for everything you do. But I'm excited. It's going to be a good show. Today's Saturday. You know, something that I'm very passionate about. As you know, it's already going on the district league. So we look forward to having that, and I'm excited about it. I know District 7 won today, and then I see my brother Alex. You know, yeah, celebrating he and Lorena then celebrating how District 7 trashed District 4. But we look forward to discussing District 5. This year we want to make it a little different. We got some things in the works for District 5. I saw our lineup today. The makeup of the team is very impressive. So our goal is to support our team and make sure that District 5, do something really good this year and hopefully take that trophy to Butu. But overall, I'm excited about our guest today. I learned a little bit about him, wealth of knowledge, safe man, a really good son of Nimba, and we look forward to hearing from him and learning a lot from him today.
That's good. Chelsea is playing Brantford this evening. Brantford the first to score on us, but luckily for us, we equalized right now. So I think that's really great for Chelsea. We are not Manchester United, no Arsenal. We are we are
The jam days why you so you can after watching your game live. The jam days why you so where will be.
we are the pride of England. We own England, so they may get made fun with us. But again, it's going to be a good show. Our guest is trying to join. He was in the back right now, but he dropped again. I don't know what's happening to his internet, but I'm hoping and praying that he will join us very shortly so that we can kickstart the conversation here this evening. It's good having you on the show. Finally, you join us already. Good evening, Chief. How you doing?
And I'm fine. Are you getting me? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm getting you loud and clear, and I hope you are also doing the same.
Yes, I'm getting you.
It's great having you on the show this evening, Mr. Lance. Good having you on the show. I mean, we've already gone 20 minutes into the discussion. Not to waste much of the time. Let's get to know who you are, your name, where you hail from, maybe a bit of your educational background, your work experience, and what are your contributions to the society lately. Let's start the conversation from there.
Thank you. I try to shy away from maybe the issue of education, issue of competence. And I see myself as a son of a Nima. And I have served in several capacities. I once served as Assistant Minister for Youth Development, also Deputy Minister. And in the last administration, I served as Deputy for Cultural Affairs and Tourism. 2-time defeated candidate for District 7. And fortunately for Goba Sebuna is our chairman for the Defeated Candidate Association. And Mr. Ba, Emon Ba is our co-chairman. So yes, I'm also a proud product of the University of Ghana, Legon. I did my Bachelor of Degree in Political Science. I also have a Master in development management from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration. I hold several postgraduate certificates, one in project management and one in public relations or management. So it's an honor to be on your show. What I bring on the show this evening is non-political view about some unfolding event in our district or in our country and in Liberia. My view expressed here today have nothing to do with my personal, my current occupation. And I've come as a son of NIMBA to discuss NIMBA unity, to discuss NIMBA development, to discuss peace and reconciliation in NIMBA. Thank you.
What's your current
position? Let me come in there real quick before you go to his current position. I know, my brother, thanks for coming. I met you one time at MICAP briefly in Liberia during one of my many visits there. I want to say thank you so much for taking up your time and coming on the show. DK talked a lot of great things about you. And I can see that you've been trying so hard to come on the show, even with the internet connection. We want to say thank you so much for that. I know you mentioned something about defeated candidates. I wanted to make sure you know that we have one of the defeated candidates on here. He hasn't joined you. Mafasi Davis is one of our...
people there. Imagine how is an importer voter for Morovia anywhere you flock all good. Let me go by America and leave the people to you.
Yeah, when we mentioned about your appearance today, he was excited. He said he would do everything to come on here. But anyway, I will just let Gino. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up. I wanted to inject that joke there.
Yeah, he's my brother, man. He's a friend of brother. It's an honor to be on the show with you.
Yeah, thank you for being here tonight, Chief. DK sitting in his, I know, nursing clothes on the show.
No, that's you over here. The lady went to the other family people play and brought a coat for them. It's soaking up. Yeah.
Yeah, I get to get this one.
I mean, man, oh, I got number ego. I get ongo kibe. Ongo announce was to go to the ogo punga to go I ho. Maybe go to get punga back ball.
It's good having you on here tonight. I wanted to know, because you said your views here tonight doesn't represent your position or what. I wanted to know which position you serve in currently.
And I work with AML as the government relations superintendent. And our policy is not to discuss political issues. So I thought to be that clarity.
Good.
That what I is there today represent my personal view as a son and citizen of NIMBA.
Now, as a government relations superintendent, do you work for the government or
I work for AML directly, non-government.
What's your role there? Like, what's the role of the superintendent?
I have support stakeholder engagement, government engagement, and other activities that the company have to do with government institutions and government stakeholders.
Okay, that's great.
So like I said, let's do more on my personal than the company portfolio. I thought to say that no demarcation so that I can be held liable for my personal expression, not link my expression or my statement to the interest or the business interest of the company.
Okay, that's great. But again, you serve in a really strategic position, which of course we're gonna be hitting you on your position. What have been your role lately with
so like I said, I cannot discuss that role until I see
Joe, Les, I'm coming. You did it into Elijah Higgins. He said he will not talk about second. Did man not talk about Nima? That talk about how they may have been defeated 2 times. Yeah. So they may have been defeated 2 times. Yeah.
So if I will be glad if an official evening can be sent to my company to say to you to discuss my rules and what's thing the company is doing. That would be a very great discussion. But for today, they focus on me as a citizen of NIMBA, as a stakeholder in NIMBA governance, and as a son of NIMBA, please.
And as a former government official.
I
Yes,
know
government
you.
official.
You will be
Of course,
smart. And
of course,
not
you
to
got just some kind of still say in the past administration.
Yes.
Okay, no
And I
problem.
will from that.
So I will hold on to the line of questioning. I will put myself at last. Let me start with you, DK. You're gonna ask your first initial two questions to the honorable man. After you go to Shadrach, then the CEO, then I will come in because somebody just sent me something about a guest and I want to confirm it before I ask that question.
I mean, not even to see the other sending you thing about it, man.
The maybe talking with any question that is political, we're not answering it. We're not doing it. Yeah.
So thank you, Lance, for coming. You know, Lance, I'm a people of many years. So Lance is from Zogel, like all of us. You know, jokingly yesterday I was telling somebody it was at Dubai and myself, yeah. So we were naming all the Zogel people, quote unquote, we call them troublesome. So Dubai myself started from Jackson Fairdo, we went to DK Musalie, then we came to Bagoyo, from Bagoyo, we went to PYJ, we went to Benjamin Yete, and then we say, and now we have Toga. And so it was there. Now we have Koga. So thank you very much for coming. Can you just tell us what have been the obstacle for you now winning the District 7 seat in Nima?
Okay, I think I see victory in politics different way. You may contest elections. You may not win a seat, but you may win the heart and aspiration of the people. So for me, I don't see defeat or loss in election as defeat in totality. If you have 2,000 people voting for you, even 100 people voting for you, it tells you that you represent that base. It means those people look up to you for leadership. They look up to you for guardians. So more often people ask me, oh, you lost election 2 times. I say, no, I do not see the glass half empty. I often see the glass half full. And the issue in NIMBA is more often we vote not based on platform, we vote not based on what the person brings to the table. We often vote based on family line, based on kingdom, based on client. So the people of Bao, for instance, have been unfortunate to win or to produce a representative, because more often we'll have 2 or 3 candidates on a seat or chiefdom in a race. At the end of the day, we divide our vote. So you will try in Zoera and get a few votes. For instance, my mother is from Zerglu, and my grandfather also have a lineage from Nyample. You get voted around there, but it will not be enough to give you victory. And more besides, there's another issue also of choking. More often, if you have a very large financial or envelope, you choke people from Monrovia, Banca, Sanico, what to vote for you, you have the edge to actually vote. And some have refused that if we will be elected, it should be on the real mandate of the people on the ground. So these are some of the factors. But for me, I don't see it losing elections. I don't see it as a defeat. If 2 persons vote for you, it means that people look up to you for leadership. You should hold yourself accountable. You should consider yourself as a political stakeholder and live to the aspiration and wishes of those people that chose you, that voted for you. Even those that didn't vote for you, not that they hate you, apparently because they have someone maybe they believe in more, someone who may be close to the intents of family line, or someone who they may even know even better than you. So that's my opinion on that. So there's always hope. So I don't see the glass half empty, or see it half filled. There's victory in defeat anyway.
Thank you. So my second question is, I know you serve in the Balancedi government and you also serve in the Josh Weir government. You resign, I think, in the recent government to contest and work with this entire Nima oneness and Nima getting closer to the power that we all have wished for. You resign your job to support Nima, and after the elections, you say sitting. Who in government is your quote unquote, we call them godfather? And why up to now, after all your support, you are not getting anything government Meta had to rescue you?
Uh, DK, one point I always stress is as a young person, prepare yourself for the future. Do not often depend, quote unquote, on government position. And one of the things I always boast and tell my people, and I'm glad of my people, they are proud. They are decision to force us, their sons and daughters, to go to school and get educated. Mr. Well, when you are educated, I'm a seasoned professional. I have a vast background both in the public and the private sector. So you don't have to worry about job. You may not get a very big job, maybe you expected, but with your professional skills, you can navigate and get job anywhere. Now to the issue of political godfather. And for me, I don't. It look very strong to say this is my godfather. But I resigned and supported JKK and JMB based on conviction, based on my belief in the leadership of my friend and brother Jeremiah Kwan. Listen, there's a saying: the house don't sell you, the street will not buy you. If you follow my political history, from 2017 up to now, I have always supported my own. In 2017, when my uncle, our brother, our son from District 7, Bample, Isaac was vying as vice president, I graciously resigned for the Unity Party government and supported Liberty Party because he was one of my own. Supported him, he was defeated, and I still stood by him. So that is quite unfortunate. Not small people, you put your head on the chopping board for, or you open your chest or to take their bullet. They may be the one behind the trigger to shoot you. I did that for Andrew Kamuye. Even if you ask people in District 7, I was the face of Liberty Party in District 7. I was the face that took the Liberty Party to the trenches, to the villages, to our people. So I did that in 2017. Based on the belief we should produce our own, which is I also decided to support our friend, our brother, our son, our father. They may often refer to the new Jason Fiado of Nimba County, Jeremiah Kwankun. I supported the Unity Party because of him. We campaigned, we supported him. So, and I didn't support him with a mindset that when he win, I must be appointed as minister. No, I supported him because our people have taught us to support our own. And I did that out of conviction and have no regret of supporting him. If that happens 200 times, I will say support him 200 times with no regret. The issue is that I think it's about time we stand by our own. I believe he had the skills. He was the best person for the job. And we supported him, not with the expectation that we would get job. Although he's still inbound, we want to campaign. When Roger and I appeared on the stage, when Senator Johnson left the stage, he made a commitment to the people of Zoge. Like people of Zoge, your son have proven to be a loyal person, to be a friend. After this election, when we win, you shouldn't worry. Even when he's not elected, I will do ABC. So that answer to that question, every day he goes Zoge, maybe the elders will call him and ask him. But I think it's also good to navigate in the private sector. And I'm very satisfied and glad that I see myself in the private sector. I think I'm making more impact in terms of engagement instance of my reorientation, adaptation to my people and our in government. I wish I had the opportunity 6-7 years ago to live and work in Nimba. TK, there's a lot of opportunity in Nimba, and the job I do now, I open my eyes to the uniqueness, to the diversity, to the tolerance, to the peacefulness, to the level of social cohesiveness that exists in Nimba. So, I don't have Godfather. I believe in supporting the Unity Party because of JKK and because I believe in leadership. But it's not always about getting the job. Although go back and say the reward political reward not in heaven on earth. But
So Les, I have a follow-up question. My follow-up question is,
yes, sir.
JKK was not the only Nima person in the elections in 2023. You have Councilor Tiaonse Gonglo, you have Jeremiah Wapo. Why you choose JKK, who was just going for vice presidency, then Tiaon, who was going for the head? Why you choose JKK over Tiaon? If you could, you wanted to stand by a Nima person.
If I do the probability or the analysis, if you do the probability of them winning, if you at that time examine our own councilor, our father, Tier 1 chances of becoming president, also consider Mr. Wapo of becoming.
When call come in, it will just go log out and come back.
No,
the call will take you off.
So if you analyze the chances of all the Nimba sons and daughters in the race, that take Tier 1 from the probability of 1 to 10. His chance of becoming a president or winning the seat, I believe around 1 over 2. I mean, or 2 over 10, or 3 over 10. If you take on Mr. Wapo chances of winning, it was totally completed 0. But if you compare the chances of Kung emerging as a vice president of Liberia, it was around 8 over 10. So if I did my probability, I knew that Kung, with Kung Nimba, I could see myself around the political table easily than supporting any other son and daughter of Nimba. Based on that, I supported him. Besides that, he is a person that I have known over the years. I supported him when you're contesting as a senator. Even there was a saying that now when you go Zoba, they'll say, oh, Zoba people, or I don't want to make become president. I mean, I say why they say because the 3,500 vote when Ide were going to protest, she didn't know that the vote was counted in San Nicolas. So it was the 3,500 vote that made him senator, and that served as a capillon to emerge as vice president today. So if I do I did my probability, JKK had better vice president, then of Nimba. More to that, I knew his leadership skills. I have engaging several times, seeking his agenda for Nimba, agenda for the country. And he presented to me a very clear, understanding platform that promote Nimba unity and Nimba development, that promote the broader interest of Liberians. And I see him as a young person that I see myself into. And more besides, through my consultation with my people, we agree that all the sons and daughters from Nimba, we should support him as vice president.
Thank you so much, DK. Thank you for this question. Shadrach, let's go over to you to ask your 2 questions. But before you come in there shortly, let's welcome to the show Mr. Mafasin Davis, the belated birthday man, and Chris Sili, the newly inducted Secretary General. Shadrach, let's hear you.
First, Secretary General for what?
We'll tell you after.
You go back SG for go back.
You guys follow deal with me back with my brother Lane. All right, good evening, Roland.
Yes, sir, brother. How are you?
Yeah, no, I'm not that familiar with you, like DK. Where who you be your picking? I know you do your follow-up before. So I listen to you, man. The little profile you just explained. I kind of impressed. No, actually, and also being a brother and same brother. Also, I want to say thank you for appearing on our show. We hope to see you anytime when we call upon you to provide some information for the public. But I will ask my first question as per your profession. No, you serve in the government for 2 terms, the Manasari term and George Weah term. And currently you are working for a private company. Now, serving the people in public sector is a different scenario. Are the services, are for the people and by the people that has to do with public engagement for inclusion and how they call it equality and so forth, equity balancing whatsoever. Now, with your experience in public sector, when you were serving and comparing that to the private sector that solely for profit making, what is the difference between that private sector engagement with the stakeholders and that of the public sector you serve for the past year? And what would that the impacts according to your experience? My first question. Thank you.
So I believe is a myth. People often have that myth to believe that people in the public sector are less professional, they are not accountable. These are some of the wrong mentality people carry into public governance that leads to failure, that lead to compromises. I see little or no dichotomy between a professional that work in the public sector and the person that work in the private sector. It's about the mentality. Fortunately for me, throughout my career in the public sector, I have worked with ministers, with leaders who run ministry as though they are running the private sector. For instance, I work with Honorable Eugene Nangbe, I work with Sa Into, and also Minister Lejeru Rennie. These are seasoned bureaucrats that believe in accountability. It was interesting to know when I was in the public sector, me, Honor Eugene Nangbe, all those ministers, we were made to produce a quarterly work plan. We were made to produce monthly KPI that was solely performance based. So transitioning into the private sector, I see no difference. The only difference I see, you have to match the interest of the community with the interest of the company. While you are projecting to respect, promote development in the community, you should also chip in the business interest of the company. So I see no big difference. So in public services or services you run in through public institutions and while you run in the private sector. And luckily for me, the position I occupy now is almost like you are people often misunderstand my position as if I'm a government employee. No, my job is to bring a balance between the business interest of the company and also the bigger interest that the company is so dedicated to of the community. So I do not see a very big gap between services run by a professional. It's more often it's about your upbringing and my educational background teach me that whatsoever services, because the interest of the public, you should provide public services with accountability. You should be responsible for your action. The only difference I see is the pressure that comes with the job. Now, I can wake up and go secretary and go pay to and go. The expectation, minister no, they know that I'm in government, I'm not in government, the private sector. So the personal demand from my brothers and sisters, from my friends, relatives, citizens have reduced. So I go now watch you Ganto working before you are in the government, you will see 25, 30, oh, minister Nankan. So if I will spend $5, I will end up spend maybe what $50. But now when I work, that burden have reduced, the expectation have reduced because I understand that I'm in the private sector. So that's the only big difference I see with the transition.
All right, thank you. Actually, my question is, it was about how they call it, the interest of the people, not just about somebody, how they call that professional or that understand integrity, because public service is all about the interest of the people. That's why we talk about inclusion in terms of the public services. When
Okay,
it
so
comes to public,
let me go straight to the point. Where we have called G strategy, it speak about community interest, it speak about community development. So, like I said, my current position, even giving the leverage to engage, interact, inform my employees or my employer rather about the interest of the company and the interest of the people. And I'm like what we call the entry point and exit point. When the company does good thing, we are good. When they do bad, we are bad. So I'm like the guy between the community and the company, and I try to marry the interest of the community with that of the company. And more interestingly, the company even more interested in meeting the demand and the aspiration of the community. They are committed to that. There are reasons that they get towards that. Although some people feel that in time past it was not tangible because the management was setting fund. But I believe the company is more engaged, is more concerned about the interest of the community, the interest of stakeholders, the interest of local government stakeholders, and so forth. So I do not see any big difference in terms of promoting the business interest of the company and also promoting the interest of the community. It's a win-win situation.
yeah, okay. Before I go to my second question, I'll do the follow question based on your answer just now. When you say it's a 50-50, which I got a little bit doubt when it comes to the company interest versus the community. For the past few times,
So like I said, we will find time to discuss that or debate in terms of the company meeting interest. Let's discuss the issue of NIMA, what I can speak to personally in terms of it, because to speak on this company issue,
okay,
I have to seek
okay.
authorization.
No, you're right, but I'm not going to do a company issue. I just want to do general analysis in terms of but okay. So my last question, it just has to do with maybe your defeated how do you call history. So what have you learned from your defeat? That is tomorrow you have to go into the election. It should be your trump card to be used, for progress. Thank you.
So like my brother DK was said, my lesson is I see victory in defeat. That has been my source of encouragement. Listen, no one is defeated in the election. Defeat is about the perception. They are said, if there is election today in Nima, in District 7, with Army campaigning, I'm sure getting 2, 3, 4, or 1,000 votes, people believe in me. The past elections, people voted for me. It means I'm that people representative. I may not be in the house, but my job is to champion or to champion their cause. It shows that people in that district have reposed their confidence in me, and I should live to that expectation. So I see victory in defeat. Then my brother, my brother, my cousin Davis, he knows that somewhere in Petro, there are citizens in there who are holding accountable, who voted for him. Where he stand now, it is a duty to meet up with that expectation. So I see victory in defeat. I see myself as a political stakeholder, and I should live to that expectation. In terms of maybe generally what they call, no, I think what we'll do more in the country is to educate our people to vote based on based on competence, based on platform that have been presented, not based on because the man gave him more money or he gave you loan, he gave him this. No. Person who had the expertise to adequately represent them at the national level, that will make their case. So, brother, I see my lesson learned is more of I see the victory in defeat. I often see the glass half filled than half empty. All we can do is to build on what the little gain made in the past. Do we need to invest more in education? Do we encourage our brothers to go to school? Do we to put some little every Monday engage our people to create that awareness? Do we need to even reconcile our children or our district after the election? Yes, these are things that all stakeholders in our district should be focused on: women empowerment, or youth empowerment, education, access to healthcare, and district level reconciliation and unity.
Thank you, Mr. Lance. Again, folks, if you're just joining us on the show this evening, you're listening to the Heat Hour here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we see dialogue and not confrontation. We see words and not bullets. In today's edition of the show, we are in conversation with Mr. Lance Bagoyon, former Deputy Minister at the Ministry of Information and also former representative candidate of Electoral District 7, Nema County. Let's go over to you now, CEO. Let's hear you, your two questions, if there is any.
Thank you, and welcome to the show, Marvelson. Marvelson was on here. He came late yesterday, and we sang his happy birthday song, but you guys are already on. So again, my brother Lance, welcome to the show. This is our show. It's a NIMBA-based platform that is also a national platform and international platform. And we hope you are not just a one-day guest. Feel at home and join us anytime when you have time. I like your story, and I want to kind of share a little. I have only one question/statement. You went to school in Ghana, and you know a lot about Ghana, and I will also give an example of this. I was traveling to Ghana one time, and on the plane there, on my way there, I had two young guys in their early 30s. And they were in the same plane with me. We were having conversation going back home. And these kids they were talking about businesses they were taking back home. One of them were taking a KFC franchise to Kumasi. And then the other guy was taking I think it was McDonald's franchise to Accra itself. All business, 100% business conversation we're having. So when you flip that, on one of my trips, I was going to Liberia on Royal Air Morocco. And that airline, when we got to Morocco, from boarding all the way to Liberia, everything was all politics. 100% politics. No business conversation, all politics. So this leads me to my point where I believe your story is unique. You went to school in Ghana, you acquire your knowledge, your education, massive experience. You went back home to Liberia. You serve public office. You serve our people. You even contested twice. But yet and still, you have something to back you up. You have your education to back you up. And now you smoothly transition to the private sector. And you are doing extremely well. So what would you say to our young brothers and sisters who are coming up? And we're all from NIMBA, and we know how people in Liberia, NIMBA, talk about politics. When you call it's mostly politics. Everything you talk about is all politics. Even the show we have here, whenever we bring someone else online to talk about different things outside of politics, you'll see our viewership drop. So people are really, really interested in politics over there. Young people, what message you have to send to them? Look at my story, right? You can do something with your life, education outside of politics. Speaking to people from District 7 and Liberia at large.
Thank you. I think you are right. And government joy is not anybody's birthright. It's not an entitlement. It's a privilege to serve. Mm-hmm. What I often tell my brothers or my sisters and brothers is that prepare yourself to serve the people. And service can be rendered both in the public and the private sector. So it's about preparing yourself adequately, not only acquiring the master, the PhD, but it's in vocational training. Right. And one thing my father taught me was when I was doing my undergraduate course, you asked me, Lance, how many extra seminars you have attended I mean, extra certificate, you have a team. We have our brothers in university, going to school, they'll spend 7-8 years in university or 4-5 years. When they want to get that certificate or that diploma from the university, where there are many online courses that you could do to enhance your skills, just in case if you cannot, get that job on a BSc or master you're doing, you are getting on that certificate. Besides that, career choice is a very important thing. I've got most of my brothers and sisters, so not just take up because DK, what you doing? Nursing, I'll do nursing. Because my brother David did maritime science, I'll do maritime science. No. Select a course, not only what you are passionate about. Select a course based on the availability of or the what our sector, where our country can either be absorb. The next thing beside education, beside giving the academic credential, the issue of discipline is key. You will not burn a bridge when you cross that bridge. More young people you see they made a deputy minister or another minister. Once he and that minister fall apart, or there's little misunderstanding, you see it on Facebook, on social media. It's wrong. You ask yourself that Ambula made a post to the death of Sylvester Gillespie. He said there's a unique secret about Gillespie. He went with Ellie. Certain point Ellie and Baka went apart. Baka talking to run his foundation. While he there, Kumis was talking, and he went back to Baka. He served in a triangle. What was unique about him? It's about being confidential. It's about being professional. One thing I have chosen not to do is, for instance, maybe Koga and Jeremiah Kmankun into their big brother to know lead us into some petty misunderstanding. Do not use yourself as a conduit to insult anybody. Oh, Koga issue. You causing Kun or you causing Koga. Our sister, our mother, Koga is extremely well. When that little person Koga and the superintendent, instead of you going as a son or daughter of neighbor to reconcile them, to bring peace, you take one person's side, you dare cause the other person. No, do not use yourself as a political bait when there are conflict between your leaders. If you can't help to resolve that conflict, remain silent. So these are 3 major things. Prepare yourself, build a strong network outside and inside government, and do not be confidential. Respect the view of others. When there are conflict between leaders, do not be the one to take someone's side, be doing all the man calls, the power calls. No. Be the person that will unify them, that will reconcile them. Because tomorrow, when they reconcile, you will be the Bawa person.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. That's all I have. Just a statement that I wanted him to shed light on. But I'll let the other people ask their 2 questions.
Thank you. Let me chip in there a little bit. I got to ask my question, then we go to Mr. Matheson and then Chris, then maybe we'll go for second round of questioning. Now, to you, Mr. Wagonya, you work with a lot of young people across Liberia, not just Nima County. Why do you think many of the young people nowadays in Liberia tend to be more politician than being industrialized? Why do you think our minds have been switched to politics? All of us now discussing politics here and there.
Okay, the first reason is our system. Our system encourages people who are political. For instance, if you are a deputy minister, your job, the word is you deputize. That means technically your function only come in when the minister say can go out on my behalf. If the minister will do all the way he will do it. Professionally, as a deputy minister, any statement, any project that is executed, the minister is the one who take the glory. But in Liberia, when you can't talk plenty, they not see you using the jargons. They not see you posting political thing on Facebook. That means you are uneducated or you are not performing. So you will see deputy minister challenging minister. That one thing I learned from my political the person I look up to more female Liberian government than Eugene Nangbe. The other one, he called me in the office lens, and I will pace up. I think they see Brian again now and have some misunderstanding over vacation job. So he called me and said, Lens, you educated, right? He said, yeah, okay. You are who? I said, I'm assistant minister. He said, the word assist mean what? I said, to assist me to help. He said, my brother help that force. So if I can do all this, so I understood that from that point, I understood my role. So more often in Liberia, when you are not the talkative, you are not vocal, you are not combative, they do not see you as educated or person. So to see you as an intellectual in Liberia, instead of even writing articles, they will be even get the professional to be insultive, to be combative. So our system encouraged that. Then the next
How can we issue from this stage?
It's about changing our mentality in terms of who we see as an intellectual. For instance, if I come here, you speak your cool Liberian English, people understand. Like me, what chopping you. When you come here in the having whistle phone, in the Tico Yole, or in the Wifa Bangura phone, then you are an intellectual. So people judge you be intellectual based on be involved into unnecessary discourse or discourses, be confrontational, be defensive of person that you so as a leader. So, Akun does wrong, right? I will defend him. So our system, for instance, let's take Universal Library, for instance. How many articles do you see our brothers and sisters write? All of university, they have student journal that you read, you express your view. But if you not appear on a paragraph hall to say to do Amanda, to even oppose policy protest, then you're not intellectual. The next issue is our politics in Liberia. The issue of job. Job in Liberia now, the issue of unemployment is high. So people see, government job as a platform to, they are so right to get job. So if you get job in government, it should be the biggest noise maker from a political party or from a auxiliary group. So if you post supporting Jeremiah conference or Kun, they want attention, call noise, be very combative in social media, be engaged on people with great respect. So in that political when you're not, when you there making the noise, you defend your party, even your party wrong or right, or defend a particular political leader, then you're not from getting a job because you want thing that they will want. Remember you for to say, yeah, do you know they picking take the tea, he led the protest. 2. The third one is our culture of that is a combination of educational system, our political system, and our community. But I move from wherever go zone 2 or how they may go or pay to when you go pay to, you go to a house, talk with people. He's not showing that big man shape. No, they don't see as person. Who is this? Like I'm not sleep passing around here. The time I went pay to my boss here, play there with you, our king, you work around our barefoot. They want to see when you go from wherever, if you not get joy for LU, you put your course on, you sit down in the township, you eat alone. So it's about our mentality of who is an intellectual, our system in terms of gaining relevance. For instance, on our show, having we said how become the now can I say the maybe one of the emerging phase that was CDC, but there are people in CDC who are working behind the scene to transform, to bring reform in the party, but nobody is seeing them. But we want to show that please causing people, Charlottetown and people qualifying, calling on show. But those qualified, competent, youth that in the party, the Emmanuel Johnson, that are working on reform, how to reform the party, who get them platform? Because they are now combative, they are not talking on air. So we don't get in our level, we don't get in our respect. So in Liberia, we can talk. You can't call no. You can't defend your political leader by doing man cause. You're not nobody. So it's our system.
Thank you. My last question to you before we go to Mr. Maverson will be on the issue of drugs in Liberia. It's quite unfortunate that, not to my knowledge, in Nima we do not have any other rehabilitation center. You have connection with the vice president. You served before in Liberia at a ministry. Tell us what have been your own engagement to see how best rehabilitation centers can be built across Nima.
Thank you. I think I'm convinced that the vice president is committed or should be committed to the fight against drugs. We saw our second lady involved into the protests, and I think her office have been also supportive in the national fight against drugs and substance abuse. And when our youth people have the anti-drugs and substance abuse program, even though the issue like that, we don't build onto policies or programs that previous government initiate. I think luckily for us, or the Bwaga administration is taking different approach. They are continuing in the completion of other projects and programs that were initiated by past regime. I think one Dr. Dodo, he used to be the youth advisor to the president. He also used to work at AML year before. When I was Assistant Minister for Youth Development, we designed, a substance abuse, drugs and substance abuse program. He also developed a roadmap for rehabilitation. If you are traveling to work, Bikera, and they have some baby for that problem we're using, there's a whole program he designed, and there was an intersectorial committee set up that comprised of Ministry of Youth and Sports, Ministry of Health, the Public Health Institute, the DA, the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Gender and Social Welfare. That program was there. It's just a matter of fight, promoting it. And one of the challenge against the fight is that every institution want to take their space. You so says, okay, the drugs are youth development issue. So I should be in charge. Ministry of Health say there is health related issue. I'm gonna take the place. DA say I should take the place. I think now we are seeing a national call that those institutions now have suppressed their personal interest or their co-mandate, and they are coming together to fight drugs. It's a pity to see young people that should be the future leaders or that are the leaders of this country into substance abuse. And I'm convinced that the vice president is committed. I believe in the next budget cycle, it will make a case for more allotment for this program and to be run in a more sustainable manner. I will say I will take the army approach. You get anybody in this industry, you put it straight better your life. There's a kid on the video. I think they have me on video saying that when he's not working, he can want smoke, he can want drink. But when he basic, he don't have time to think about cigarette or spark and die. They may give a testimony, catch that boy carrying to bring his own tool. Then you go make farm, you get your color, you make farm, or you put on a barrel, now you boy, he draw water whole day. It's about mental work, top test. But on the serious side, I think our superintendent is also committed. I saw him ganter with the city mayor, with the campaign. Well, I think there should be more intentional and strategic approach towards the combat of drugs and substance abuse in Nima. I think the police commander also took some drastic steps the last time on how they were leaving to the Sunny or second PA. There was one station, people were abusing it. He dismantled that. Again, the same public, begin to, talk to the police. But this Kowu is a woman of substance. She is committed to Nimba development, and the issue of rehabilitation of our youth, it should be of concern. I think last time she was discussing having a special desk in her office that will focus on the issue of substance abuse and the issue of youth, youth rehabilitation. So I think she's working on that. I also believe in the next setting or the council setting, there will be funds allotted solely to fight the issue of just and substance abuse in our country. It will be done at the district or children level that will impact the program and that will reduce the issue of that. And more of that, I also found our parents. Charity begins at home and end abroad. No child go into addiction without the prior knowledge of their guardians, of their parents. But more often, the parents overlook that. You have a kid in school. Whereby here you go to school, my perfect cassava pea with real oil with penance you eat it. You going to school. For school, can you see where you eat? Or child going to school, the place the counter, in 10, 11 grade, you get 1,000 watt LD. He's not thinking about saving that money. He may use that thing for Friday or Super Friday. So parents should also hold themselves accountable for the waywardness that their children are into. We need responsible parenting. Our parents should guide, monitor their children. Now, take for instance, way back, if I was in Africa or Mr. Kedo flocking, or when they see into son on school ag when he punished, and then to go to a pa and say, Mr. Kedo beat me. A pa also will beat him. But now, see a child that you know is your friend in the neighbor smoking somewhere or doing what waywardly and punish him. The parents will come at you that you are abused their kid. So I think we need to take that traditional approach of parenting where every child belongs to the community and the community is responsible to provide guardians for that child.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Mr. Maverson, you will come in there shortly. Before we started the show, I told you that somebody sent me a question I need to ask Mr. Lenz. Recently, in Sunny Kole, your representative, Musa Hassan Belite, said he won't be contesting in District 7. What does this mean to you personally as a former candidate of the district?
It means nothing. It means nothing. First thing, if Musa was serious, because he openly said his vision, his plan for the district cannot be realized because of the cumbersome nature of the legislature. The same way he was waiting to relinquish the chairmanship of the Rule of Law Committee, he should be glad enough to say, okay, for that reason, I've resigned. Let there be by election. The action should match the word. Why should I even believe what Musa Belite is? The same who came and said, if coming lost election, he won't go in the pan, he will not take a seat. So until that time reaches, I'm not taking that statement serious. And I also have an experience with him. If you have people from District 7, that even served as one of the my shortcoming or a thing that went against me. Because during the campaign, I had to defend myself. That now I'm Musa Belite man. No, that you be Musa Belite here. I told Musa Belite in District 7, we tour the entire area. The project doing that project, so Lenz, okay, this project, let's do a tour. The youth chairman of Bao, Harrison, I'll tour you wherever Harrison Kamwe. She came his own tour when I carried the first 15 solar panel. He came his own tour. He said, Bao people, they also here that my friend, I was supporting him. After 2 weeks later, they may have contesting. They may have contesting with the same position. What you say you support me for? So yeah, that's not people speak from politics. He is a very big brother. I respect him. I admire his tenacity in terms of forcing what he want to get, about being intentional about what he want. But his statement that he is not contesting again until that time reaches and he decides that another.
Thank you. Follow up to that question is you are a son of the district, and I know you visit there often. How do you see the working of Honorable Musa Hassan Belite if you had to rate it from 1 to 10?
In terms of what?
In terms of development, in terms of representation, in terms of oversight responsibility, and let's just say the 3 cardinal responsibilities of a lawmaker.
So now, if I'm to do an SRE, protocol SRE, Mr. Belite, I will do an SRE, a post before you are elected and after his election. It should also be a clear dichotomy between Belite Foundation and Belite as a law maker. So to get that 3 points straight. Bedete Foundation, I think Bedete to made the foundation had done some great job before the election. That he did some good job in the district in terms of bridges, in terms of road, and so forth. That I cannot deny that. I'm very glad that he did that. Although some of us, our material was news and were not acknowledged, that Bedete before the district or before they be elected, some good job was done on the roads but he was doing it like a what we call bit. But after he said a bit, now he catch a fish. What he had done with the fish after catching the fish. So now go to now his role now as a lawmaker. First, Bedete have failed to reconcile the district. District 7 remains one of the plurals and divisive district. So he has failed on the issue of reconciliation. He has failed to unite the people of District 7. The next issue is he is not pushing the agenda of District 7. He more concerned about pushing his political interests about national issue than what impact the district. And one of my disappointment is this. Bedete speak for the issue of accountability auditing. But they seen Bedete somewhere last year that when the city mayor or secretary were accused Jerry Zanga of investing $12,000 US, he was the one who called meeting and refund the money. That means he is also encouraging the issue of corruption and unaccountability. I believe he was being instructed GAC or the superintendent of NIMA to order him and make him know account for the 12,000. That means all those team money they should sell me or in NIMA, and they get anybody who will pay for them, they go free. So if not get anybody, any political godfather will pay for you, then you have to go to jail. So that undermines his quest for accountability and good governance. The other issue of reporting. How many times have we heard Mr. Bedete in the district giving account annual report in terms of his stewardship? I can't remember when last. Have Mr. Bedete constitute the district council that is all inclusive? No. Why I see friends of Bedete, his colleagues, his supporters that now constitute the district council that identify what should be done and now what should be done. That is a failure. In terms of lawmaking, how many bills have Mr. Bedete put on the floor or how many bills that he had introduced that will be passed? I can't remember that. And per his manifesto, I think we were 3 or 4 that debated Mr. Bedete. My brother Jefferson David, myself, and another one person. The other thing Bedete presented that will be a community college, a training institution, bill in Segepa. That had not been one. So if you are matching Bedete manifesto with what he had done, I will give him 3 over 10. If you're also matching your overall performance in terms of reconciliation, in terms of lawmaking, in terms of oversight, I'll gain 4 over 10. I'll gain D.
Great. Now, the last one, Mr. Mavasi, I beg you, because we in District 7 want to know everything that is happening there. I know you, I'm told that you go to the district almost every weekend. According to information, Mr. Bedete said he was going to give percentage of his salary to the district for the district development. Are you aware of these things? If yes, what are some of the development from that?
I can't remember when last, because if that should be done, maybe in a annual or sitting, you will announce, we get a legislative report. So this year, my salary was this, I done 33% or 50%. I cannot remember when last that was publicly presented or announced. Maybe he get one development council, he get him into Musa Bedete Foundation. Meaning, it's not for the district. Because if you have a district council that cut across the various children, they will know that you have done that. So, to the best of my recollection, I remember when last that the district leadership can say yes, or the city major, or those commissioners in the district can say yes, or this is a project undertaking by the salary percentage that was taken from BDT, while Mr. BDT salary that was used. No, apparently maybe he doing it through his foundation, and that would be also unfair to the district because the foundation there's no way to account for such what form. So it's done. I can't remember when last that was done. The last thing I remember is somewhere last year when the city mayor was accused of corruption or embezzling $12,000 that was meant for the city of our second PA. Mr. Benedict called the Second PA Development Association and paid that money on his behalf. That's what I can remember about he giving direct cash to the people.
Thank you.
And even now, in and out, BDT has neglected what district. He is more on national campaign. He on national campaign. You know, the same mistake big brother Martinez Timba made 2023. I think my big brother knows their respect. 2023, we all were, 2017, we all were pushing Martinez Timba. He was focusing more on the friends of Timba around Liberia to be vice president than focusing on the what district. And in the 11 hours when he was denying the vice presidency, coming back to go engage, it was late. I think that the senior BDT is doing is more concerned about national politics, about he taking state power than projecting the interest and the image of district setting.
Thank you so much, Mr. Matheson. Over to you now. Let's hear you.
Chris.
If you have after you
no, nothing else.
All right, thank you. My man, what's going on, Lance?
Oh yeah, we just on our senior. I also my senior GB.
I've been trying to reach you, my man.
Okay, bro.
Well, I hope my father not trying to build collaboration 2029. We trying to reach out to the man. I hope you're not trying to build collaboration.
If you can see me, call him, my man. He called me, my man. He tells that we have a good relationship. He was in campaign. I was in campaign. He visited me in my home. I visited him in his home. We sat, we ate together. We did almost everything in common. And at the time, it was a great political license for other people because the game of politics is not enmity. We are stressing ideas on how best we can represent our community. And it is from whence that I know that when knowledgeable people are involved with politics, the outcome can be different. Now, Lance, no matter our shared political interest, I will ask you a political question, number one.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Because, like you said, we both stood up and there are people who repose their trust and confidence in us, which means we have to live up to that standard.
Yes,
have we been elected, we will have been the representative of the people and will work squarely and purely with the interests of our people. Now, there is this maxim or adage that says political rewards are not in heaven because the game of politics is on earth, and so the reward should be on earth. If you look at 2023 statistics, it will interest you to note that District 7, our district, contributed the most number of votes to the Unity Party Alliance. Now, election is gone. Where are we? Where do we stand? Where we factor in the governance equation, or have we benefited developmental dividends that we can count on to say we are proud of the decision we made? Or what can we communicate using our respective influences to the power that be, so that our people, comes 2029, they will still trust in us, our ability, our lobbying power, and everything to say, look, these people came to us, they talk to us, we make a decision, and we have the dividend of the decision. Where are we holistically? And I want you to be very realistic, political, and don't speak a partisan, kind of politics or connection we have. I continue to say we, because you and I have a shared political interest.
Let me say that I'm not partisan for now.
Okay.
I think I contested on the EFF ticket during the last election. And I managed to go that level because of my belief in the JKK and Joseph Boakai leadership, that will sacrifice our political interests, will sacrifice our political friendship. But I think you know my story than more people on the platform.
Yeah.
And I have a political godfather. If I go near political godfather, I would say Eugene Nangbe. Throughout my political career, I was most connected to him. And because of this decision we took, I think we are far apart. I would even the better for you to be the chairman of Friends on Eugene Nangbe in Nimba. But we forgo all the other because of our belief in our own. But like I always say, every decision may have positive and negative outcome. And we also put the ticket for various reasons. But the more common reason is to have a voice or a seat on the table to empower or reach out to our brothers and sisters. For instance, if my person were appointed a deputy minister or assistant minister, if you get 10 staff in your office, at least 2 will come from what? Either pay 2 low, you second pay. If DK Way were appointed assistant minister, that I only working say every morning I take my file, every morning more I go to UBA bank, I say, brother, yeah, I'll get something. So the issue is, even if they don't get a job or they don't give you job, they are doing it themselves. That why the issue is so now vulnerable to the extent that any day can Harry can get a maid, no say political still because the men that should be empowered to combat those people, they are being empowered. So it's true, yes, to have a little bit disappointed at times. Yes, not because of myself, because I believe that my other brothers that are even more qualified than me. Let's take Roger Dumas, for instance. In the district, the 2 Canadians are actually close to what you, Roger, more often was facing and talk. Roger is a hardcore United Partisan. He contested on United Party ticket, and he is a former lawmaker. Compare with other former lawmaker from Lofa. Compare with other former lawmaker from Grand Basso. It's unfair to our district. I will say that for fact. That is a complete disrespect, a slap in the face or faces of the people of District 7. That should be said. It has to be me. But I'm using Roger as a case. Because you see, the inside channel, he had the outside channel with E. So he the inside channel. He contested on the party ticket. He was a former lawmaker. He got massive educated, he got master, even qualified than some of those small lawmakers that have been given job to. That is unfair to our district. I'm speaking as a son of District 7. That is unfair to him. It was unfair to the district. The other people who started in America, they didn't kind of campaign. Nothing they did here. From there, they get their job. But what about my first David Akim and campaign? The other people who serve CDC government, they didn't resign, provided fund to campaign against the Bureau Unity Party, and they put me meeting them. They bring ambassador to Egypt.
Shadrach, what are you not doing again?
They want an Shadrach. They want script from LEC.
No, Gio, it was Shadrach because they were hating them now. Yeah. They were hating them, so Shadrach just do something.
Nobody know where you stand, Chris. Yeah, nobody know where you stand. Today you NDR man, and next day you CDC man. You responded to Abby. You responded to Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, right now, I in the center
you know
of
what? Yeah,
winning
anything,
party,
you know,
now winning party out there.
Sorry, I have a power.
yes.
Is
Yeah, you okay? You
Hello?
okay like that? No problem.
Sorry, our current left in my internet. I was using my Wi-Fi and it also went off. So
Okay.
like I said, if the inside chat, you are begun to began what they want. Outside chat, I think that is unfair to the people of District 7. And unfortunately for us, our vice president that we know, and a vice president is a vice president. He don't have the appointing power. I believe there was some recommendation made by him, and other people deny that. For instance, I'm a clear example. I'm sure that aware that he made some serious effort. But other people in UP say they may or in CDC government, so let you rest. But there are other people in government that campaign against the Unity Party. They be the minister for budget. Or the money CDC for campaign who provide that money? Joe Gray, Ambassador Frank Mamule. The name goes on. But the issue of generational envy amongst Nimbadians and amongst Liberians is the issue. They don't see the competence. What they see is what envy. One is not them. It shouldn't be what nobody else. They see very instance now that will lash at you. When we say, or I will say, "Kun, not get appointing power." But when they were not employed, appointed when they were on the bench, they were making the loudest what noise. But now they are there, nobody shouldn't complain. No. I think the issue of communication is also key. So, for instance, what I did, I ensured my people in the district, I said, yes, they manage our expectation. Where I work now is solely just to take care of my family and also provide my meager support to our district when they are the issue of our development. I do not have power to say I will go can work here, can sweep your scholarship. If I'm in government, I should use my portfolio to fund scholarship for students. I could use my portfolio to have some placement, maybe in the National Career Job, National Youth Service Program, but also that they manage our expectation. They are informed. So, Mr. David, also have to inform the people of Pay to Louis Bank where yes, I didn't get, we're not successful to have job. So my little I can provide for everybody. It will be based on a NIWA basis. It's unfortunate that the VP does not have a appointed power. And do I feel disappointed that most are not placing government? Yes. Do I also feel put myself into the vice president position that he's a mere vice president, although this president gave me some leverage? Yes, and people may fight him, may take some appointed position. Yes. Do I also believe in there is also an allegation that most of the people that have taken seat or two that are working now, they are from certain or region in Nimba. They're the Ganto, Berege. I've seen that post on Facebook. I think it should not be about where they are from. They are Nimbadians. And when they have the qualification, they should be given that chance. But I believe it's not yet late. I will use a public forum to call on the vice president. A person needs to be fair in Nimba. A person needs to be fair in Nimba. There are men and women that will be empowered to engage now. We shouldn't wait until the 11 hours. It's about time also to have a forum. Nimba Citizen Forum in Nimba, that our elders, media we are forced on the youth, we come, he is in your shoe that if you don't express your problem to the people, they will keep on blaming to explain the challenges he faced as the vice president, his vision, his passion for the for the country, how to unite the country. But yes, so Jefferson, I understand. I'm very disappointed that most of our brothers and sisters in District 7 was the only district beside BDT. And our brother from Beyond Band there, but at least 5 of those contestants came together. What's that difference to campaign for Unity Party during the election, during the first round and the second round? And those people are direct representation of the people of District 7. There's a Roger getting job, people of Bay, we where you get some level of leverage. But once they are getting job, people from we area pay to no Banquai, Blee Valley, areas were getting job. And then when to get something, the people Bao, Zoge, Zerglish, who are getting on the table. Even now they're asking for DK where to come be my chief of office staff. so it didn't went that way, it's true, but it's not late. They remain hopeful. But the vice president, I will call on him now. There's a need to have a NIMBA youth forum to call the youth of NIMBA together to discuss NIMBA issue, the challenges he faces. How can we support him? In Gio, people don't pass around this 7 because people who may have the power to have
they are paying boy. They are paying boy.
It will make me. I told the woman, so it's about empowering the districts. There's a need. I see one of the attack on the vice president is this. Let me be honest. I will approach 2029. I'm hopeful you will say me contest as vice president or whatsoever, but I'm still keeping that you contest as vice president. In Liberia, if it's doing the political, study the political, no chemistry in Liberia now, there are 3 persons in Liberia, if they run campaign or not. They say tomorrow is elections. One, they are patriotic and other people, they are sure of having at least 10% of the vote. One is Jeremiah Kwankun. A patriot appear on anybody well, the 10% vote is sure on more than 10% vote. Out of the 3,000 vote in Nimba, he may get over 60,000 out campaigning. George, we are. When he faces appear on other people, he's sure getting 10% of the vote out campaigning. They see apply to what? The current president. So he had to maintain that political base because he will be attacked. There will be infiltration into a political base to bring division and to bring it down. So my first thing, yes, I agree. I feel disappointed. I'm not happy that most of the key stakeholders on District 7, who was a face of the elections, they are not considered, more especially my own former representative, Roger Watt.
And also my was
that was a great response, because we have to be real and very objective, and that will still give us the face, because our people would know that it's happening. We may have, or we might have influence, but we still speak out to their hearings. Now, the second question will be in the direction of your exposition when you're talking about differentiating or giving the similarity between public sector and private sector. And you made mention about your work with Eugene Nangwe. There were KPI. KPI would mean key performance indicator. And those of us who have had breadth of experience in the private sector, when you talk about KPI, it rings bell. Now, there are all the professional, practical performance display at work. What you think is responsible for the failure in the public sector as opposed to private sector? The public sector, to a larger extent, government in, government out, there are this huge failure. What we often celebrate as a productivity is quite, a minuscule, quite skin, little. Is it because of our quick to be satisfied nature as Liberians, or what you think is responsible for public sector failure altogether?
Thank you. And If you read on public sector management or performance, I was opportunity to do a thesis on the performance of public sector, a case study of a particular public incident that will not met or mention. Canada start the issue of competing national priority. And if you go that to consider that, some ministries consider themselves to be super. They have more resources. So you think if you in more posts, try to pick those institutions. How many librarians you afford librarian or United Parties not afford them to go fire service? How many afford them to go to post and telecommunication? So one, the issue of national priority. That feed into the issue of the availability of resources. Performance is based on not only the human capital, but the resources available to implement your plan programs. The next one is the issue of monitoring or performance review. More often, minister, deputy minister, there's little or no monitoring or system put in place to manage or monitor the performance of public officials or line ministry. That what doing Mano Eddington, she set out the president delivery unit. I think our brother Sandulo, who later became Minister of Lands and Mines, was the head. That every ministries will submit their programs with clear KPR, and those KPR will track. In with that, and there was some performance contract that should have been signed by certain ministries or with the president. But more often, some of these they are in theory. There is no practical application. The other one, the issue of human resource. The quite a lot of people we employ into certain ministries. For instance, some ministries, they feel that or maybe the people with the good skills, who get the needed skills, refuse to serve in certain ministry or institutions. So the ministries, at the end of the day, they give it to people with low IQ or with low experience. At the end of the day, there's a failure. Another issue is over dependence of public institutions on government funding. Because if you go to in one partnership with UNDP, with NGOs, the issue of clear accountability, the issue of managing projects based on some agreement. Again, failure is all depend on public work, on the government to form most of our program. That also contribute to the issue of poor performances. You may get all the fun idea is here youth employment. For instance, if I'm to be Minister of Youth and Sports, the first I need a personal commitment to invest on what I will tell of National Youth Endowment Fund that will focus solely on the issue of youth employment, issue of youth empowerment, where agro-business or agriculture being key on the what they do. That will be the thing I will discuss. So the over dependence on government, little resources, or less monitoring. But in the public sector, they may get a business. You develop any program, there will be funds made available to complete or meet that business interest. So you may be, and the size of the private business or private entity you're working for may be small. They got a strategic plan. Those plans are designed with operational plan attached with clear costs, and that you get account. But in government, having ministry even have strategic plan now. Some of them don't have strategic plan. No, nothing guarding them. So it's the system and the issue of our own mentality we take to government. The issue also lack of innovation. If you are innovative, You may explore other opportunity for what? For funding. So again, even international NGOs or development partner in Liberia, there should be a clear system to ensure they invest or direct their resources to programs or the development priority of the country. So for instance, someone into youth development, you have more than 15 NGO into youth development. Someone are doing the same thing. There should be a system to ensure that will prevent NGOs, international partner from duplicating their effort, or some of the funds can be invested into other intervention. So it's the issue of lack of little or over dependence on the already little resources take have, lack of innovation, and the issue of little or no serious or what we call rigid monitoring, failure to set up performance indicator or to conduct performance review.
All right, thank you. I think, yeah, thank you. I always want to, when they're talking about the issue of money, I always think otherwise, because when you look at our natural resource potential, one of the things the other developed countries that are using and upgrading their system, their community, and make it very enticing that we run to with our skill, we have them. For example, prior to coming to Liberia to take part in the elections, I worked for the Halifax International Port. And when you look at the setup, it's so unique. The operation of the port, different sectors of government benefit resource-wise. Just water. For example, every ship that dock leaving this port to the next port, there's certain tonnage value of water they take for various uses on board. And that water is sold to the ship by Water and Sewer or through private businesses with special rate from Water and Sewer. And so pragmatism, professionalism, preparation, non-politicizing governance all play into the functionality and the performance of government across the world. But for us in Liberia, winners take all, promoting on skill for exchange of political involvement, political participation. There are lots. So I would think that public sector is more efficient, more productive in the Liberian context or African context. I don't want to generalize it because it was a political position, government, the interest is the people. But how well are we even maximizing our interests, which is the people? And how well are we lifting them out of poverty based on the maximization of the interest that is associated with government?
So, Mr. David?
Yeah.
I agree with you to some level. And the issue is that there are stages of development. Those countries that are real harnessing be 80 or 100% of their potential, they start from somewhere. We are not there. I believe we are not there. And our system that you already said, the issue of politics is infused greatly into decision making in the issue of the certain institution like, because for instance, Manaseri perform her first thing because certain institutions, people were appointed there not based on political affiliation, based on their expertise. Because her mindset was to lay that blueprint, that foundation. So I think, yes, you are right. Certain institutions in Liberia require hiring should be done on a professional level, and there should be little or no interference from the president or member of the legislature. There's a work and we not say, oh yeah, political reward are not also in heavens. So you see that, you know, there are another political accommodation that is being made at maybe for junior managerial entry level job that also impact the performance of a particular institution. That's why the issue of the Local Government Act is key. It helps to bring about innovation. It helps to deconcentrate power from the central level to give it to the people. It helps to take development decisions to be made by the people, so people to decide what they want or what their country or local level interest, you know, is. So I think, you know, the Local Government Act, as they have been, you know, designed, implemented, will also help to address some of the pitfalls that we are now, you know, experiencing in our national governance structure.
Jim, you can go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maverson. Thank you, Mr. Lance. And those of you just joining us via Radio Land and, of course, on YouTube and Facebook, you're listening to the Heat Hour here on BKS TV. And our guest tonight is Mr. Lance Bagognon, former representative candidate of Electoral District 7, Nima County. And, of course, he's also former deputy minister at the level of the Ministry of Information in Liberia. Over to you now, Chris. Let's hear your questions.
You know, for the car, good though.
Chris, make a question short because we're going almost 2 hours. We need to get Lance the time so that when we call him, he will be available. So, Chris, be sure with your question.
I'm free. I'm free. The 2 hours tomorrow. I'm free.
I submit my hand inside again. My hand inside again. Thank you.
Okay. Let me say good evening to everyone. Good evening to my big brother. How you doing?
I'm fine, brother.
Yes, you know, when you were giving the probability of Tiawan and the VP, I was just sitting laughing. And I was like, wow. But however, my question, the first question I have to do with where big brother Maverson asked, that has to do with the position and, you know, Nima County holds compared to other county. I would like to dive a little bit. I remember after you guys decided to support the Unity Party in the second round, that's one of the campaign, you know, taught in Nimba, that most of those appointments that was in CDC government came from the Southeast, and a lot of competent people in Nimba that they haven't, you know, gotten job. Now, as one of the mentors for young people in Nimba, looking at the difference in the body politics, and Nima giving this government a higher vote, the vote that made President Baka and the VP to win came from Nimba. The extra 16,000 vote came from Nimba. Looking at the difference, political difference, looking at Lofara received the highest appointment, all the financial sectors across the country, that Lufian. Looking at Nimba, do you think we have received our share portion of what we promise our people in Nimba, that when Kun wins or when Unity Party wins, we'll have a better tomorrow? Do you think we have a fair share of this government?
Okay, before I answer your question, I will also ask you this. You think today is a Kun is a president of Liberia? You think Nimbani and Lufin will get more job in the government?
If that could be the question, I will refer the question back to 2023. Now, when they said the lot of position went for Southeast because the president
Okay,
was
so let
Southeast at
me
that time. Yeah.
so let me go to your let me try to answer your question. Like I said, there are various reasons for which some of us supported the ticket, and there are also some reasons that people voted for the JKK. I mean the JMB and JKK ticket. Well, we are desirous, and we'll be very happy to see our brothers and sisters in key position. We should also appreciate the fact that Nimbadians have been employed. There are a lot of Nimbadians serving in key position in Liberia, in this current administration. We should also understand the limitation that come with the portfolio of being a vice president. It doesn't have appointing power. It may recommend, and that recommendation is subject to be accepted or rejected by the appointing power. Nimbadi and Lufien, we are not into what people call pacing competition or competition. We need more employment for our people. I would love to see a lot of Nimbadians in strategic position. We should also acknowledge that there have been some major appointments Nimbadians are serving in key strategic position. The next thing we should also consider is voting for a particular political party is not about giving you job. It's about the realization of our development goal. So the question should also be, besides no political appointment, what are other transformative initiative, some development-driven initiative that Nimbadian are currently being what can we point to in terms of development in Nimba? Another also do is, I believe the issue of youth empowerment is key. How many investments have been made to upgrade Nimba University? How many Nimbadian you have access to scholarship? That's it. So the mistake that were made in Joria regime, comparing former ministers in Madam Seri regime and Joria regime, you see, when Edward in power, she sent a lot of young people to work school to get their masters. She was preparing them for the post-early war era. He want to be like any former minister begging for bread. So the Baka Jadiba, even the Mo Ali, the Little Lai, Nyang Twine, most of all those young people were given to go to school to earn and stuff. And now they are back serving in a much better and bigger one position. In Georgia, during the parliament, only a few guys who took up on it, now they are reaping the benefit. For instance, the former assistant minister for youth development, Juan Johnson, he went to school, he got his master. The former assistant minister for correction and prison service, I think Tuare, he went to school, Randall Dubayu. Those few guys are actually prepared themselves. You're not being into that thing where man we said doing talking jargon. They are simple professional. So I think our focus is not only about giving Nimbadian job. Our request to the vice president that was we need to have the Nimba Youth Development Forum. Now, one appointment. I want to see the vice president launching a program in Nimba that will be merit-based. Not because land no, you can go. No, that will be merit-based. That will cut across every children and client. That was okay. This year, the vice president office sending 25 or 100 students for scholarship to go China, to go Uganda. And that vetting is done on a merit-based system, not based on pick and choose. That, oh yeah, if I'm better guy, if I'm zone 2. No. I think we should invest into that. Another area of what we're focusing now is how can we have a very large company here. How can we invest into TVET that the job that is needed by the company is supplied by our what? Those community college around here. We see most of our brothers going Guinea to learn how to drive yellow machine, how to drive chore, how to drive grater. Can we engage the vice president in the student office? They invest in the vocational or department of Nimba University, where those machines will be brought there, that students go and enroll, and then they have internship with the company that the larger investor than in Nimba. So it's not only about employment, I'm more concerned about human capacity development. Yes, there are development projects going across in Nimba, and I'm gonna give that to our current or superintendent. I seen the civil compound, and for instance, Korea have become one city for tourism. People drive the gun to the country picture and go back. You know, there are some intervention made across the various, or kingdom that speak well for our vote, and the road connectivity is progressing. So besides employment, there are other development projects in Nimba that we are benefiting from, and that focus should be on creating more opportunity for young people to acquire the needed skills for the job market. So I would like to take the point to also appeal to the vice president. There is a need to have Nimba Youth Development Forum where we discuss and craft a agenda for youth empowerment and youth development in Nimba, and education should be key on the agenda. I want to see more youth going to school, getting their masters, to come by in strategic field to serve our country and to serve our country.
Okay. Chris, before you come in there, I know our brother said he has a little bit of time here. Let me ask him. He made a really.
Hello?
Yeah, you can hear us?
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Chris?
Yeah, I get you.
Chris?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
Mr. Bal, are you hearing us?
Hello?
We hearing you.
Hello?
Chris?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Hello?
I ain't log out and log back.
Gion?
Yeah, let's put him in the back and let him rejoin us.
Chris, I want you to give me 2 seconds. I just have a quick follow-up with
I'll
that.
see you.
Yeah, that youth development forum that I think Mafasi and everyone here will agree with us on that. That's a really great point he brought up, and I got some questions for him.
Yeah, I know where. Okay, I think he's back. Let's try to bring him on. Okay.
You come and respond?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got to respond. I think Chris got to respond, but I got a follow-up question for you.
Yes, sir.
You touched on a very important point that people, I think, in the county are not really paying attention to, that youth. I think you term it as youth development forum.
Yes.
Okay. So, and I agree with you on that 100%. I don't think everything should be about job, and I think it should be about youth empowerment and our next generation, are the young people that we see today. But how do we empower them? Now, with your call to the VP, great point that you were making. Who you think should initiate this? Who you think should be responsible for listening to or spearheading this? Is it from our end or from the VP's end or the VP's advisor?
I think the vice president is a very basic person. It could be me. It could be you. But he need to, as a political hour for Nimba, have him driving that agenda. Have the superintendent involved. So it would be our show. We say could do a next proposal, share with his vice president, and we have listen. Some of that makes some of us strong and say, you had to die, or you had to be frustrated. Why? My upbringing with discouraged or frown on the issue of being weak. There are a lot of opportunity that we can tap into. And Nimba has a crossroad, seriously. The political tension will continue to increase. We need a conscious-minded youth group. So I believe our show we can send that proposal to the VAS. I think before during the election, after the elections, when the results were coming out, I met a VAS and I said, my man, don't worry, you'll win. So here I was testing and said, my man, that they vote here, until Mr. Benedict did a post. Sending post Mr. Benedict did a broad noise. And one of the issue I shared with him was after the elections, there was a need for the young twine and to call what we call the NIBA youth, or forum to reconcile the county, to carve a agenda that will enhance, youth development. So I think, considering the business schedule, anyone can propose that. We can decide to do a common set, no proposal share with him. But I think the county superintendent should be a part. The county council should be a part. The caucus of NIMBA should be a part. And the arrowhead for that initiative should be the office of the vice president.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. You can continue with your question.
Okay. Thank you, Emma. My last question will be, you serve as the ministry, the information ministry. And I have a concern. There's an issue now that happened like that's 2 days ago that has to do with the deputy minister to Minister of Youth and Sport, alleged rape issue. And where you serve before, like a proper, somebody who do most of the work for the information ministry or for the government. Today, a deputy minister of this government have been alleged and rape under the penal law of Liberia 1986. It's non-bail issue. Rape. Today, a deputy minister have been alleged, and the police have invited this man, or he's not in cell. He's free. And that little girl who going through that pain. Today, the human rights advocates or the women group in Liberia, they haven't come out. It could be a Richmond doctor. You will see them out. As an individual, as a father for girls' children, as a father for young people, what could be your take on this? Where we stand, I think what I little girl going through today, what could be your thought on it? Thank you.
Firstly, if you follow my Facebook page, you will see the girls who are daddies. You see one of the old girl daddies. So I've have 2 beautiful biological daughters. The oldest one will be 13 years old, or toward 19. Besides that, I have 2 adopted girls, or Harriet Duo Bagoyon and Rose Gawo Bagoyon, who I adopted from Machidom that are with me. So I have 4 girls. And fortunately for me, my wife, I also have a stepdaughter that is 16 years old in the States. So I have 5 girls. So I'm very passionate on compromising when it comes to issue of women or girls' rights. And for your information, I'm a former deputy minister for youth development. So the person that have been accused, the job he occupies now, and that was a large job I occupied during Madam Sedi administration. And he was also a colleague who served in the sport bureau. And he said it's an allegation. And I love the step taken by the father. I think every father take like approach, the issue of compromises when it comes to rape will be curtailed. The father did a great job by reporting against the police. The tests have been done, and the police said they are investigating. So we don't want to be hasty to say, okay, he should be in jail. No. If we put him in jail, then police investigate, they say, oh, nothing he do, he may not rape, then they free him. I think the report said there was penetration twice, but it didn't establish the person responsible for the penetration. But considering female, girls, children, and they also, I would love to believe in the testimony of the little girl. There are a lot of male employee in the Ministry of Youth and Sports. She didn't call anyone name. She also lived because had a lot of male friends or male. She didn't call a name. My question is why him? So I would say let's give the police, chance to do their work. I believe in the police. And like you said, my point, I know I think the women grouping, some of them are speaking, and we need to have more of them providing solidarity and support to the girl concerned. My only disappointment is if it is true that the little girl served in a county at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and she is not in school at the time, I, as a deputy minister or as an employee in senior position, that will even draw my attention. If she there bringing food to minister offices, and she is of school going age during school hour, amen, as a father, right? As a big brother, my job is to make sure to talk with the parents and make sure she is in school. I could put her in school. To tell them, know that the girl said to go in school. But so the time, so the situation, and the man who is a single father, the girl mother is late. I feel that, I think that should have been the approach. If she is actually in ministry serving the country, that should have been the focus of those ministers that she have been giving, serving food, to ask why they don't in school, doing school hours she's serving, to find her in school. But when it comes to the issue of rape, and it's an allegation, let's give the police, the thing happened on Saturday, they say on Saturday. Today is Friday, give the police a chance, the benefit for the doubt, let them do their report. I'm hopeful maybe by Monday or Tuesday, the police will bring out their report. And I believe the father is now prepared for compromise because from the testimony I've listened to, it was interesting compromise. He could not report the case to the police to have her tested and to take her to the Ministry of Gender to save him. So let's give the police a chance to do their job. And we will call on the women groupings to come to provide solidarity to the little girl, provide care. But there's a trauma that comes with that. There's a stigma that can with that. So to provide that trauma counseling for her. So I think some of our sisters are doing that, but we need more of them to come. If the police delay the report, I think then they can take the appropriate recourse, maybe be a protest, be a general ensemble, and so forth.
Yeah, just give me a second and do a follow on that. The reason I asked that question because rape under the law, the penal law of 1986, right? I think Junior is a student of law. It's a non-bail issue under our constitution.
Granted, I know.
When you're being alleged, you'll be in custody of the police first. That's under our law, the penal law 1986. My concern is why this guy stay out. He's not in the police custody.
Grace,
It's where my concern coming from. Yeah.
Can I step in there because I think this is a question that everyone else is supposed to answer. The reason why he's not in custody is because he was not catch in the act. Now it is non-billable when you are caught in the act.
In the act.
For him, he's not caught in the act. He's been alleged. So that comes with his character and his reputation. But as it stands, he cannot leave the country. He will not go anywhere. And when the police need him for investigation, he will turn himself over. That's the issue. But some people, they are not caught. But when you are not a reputable person, for example, a boy in a community that has no property, that has nobody to talk for him, when he's alleged of rape, the police in their own mind will go to arrest that person to keep them in custody because you risk being risk to leave the country at any time. But for him, he's a statement, he cannot leave, he will stay in the country and investigation will be done. I think that's why he's not in custody.
There's another thing to it too. The issue of rape is very much sensational, it's emotional, it comes with a lot of things. His own security is one because Liberia still practice jungle justice. People often take the law into their own hands. And so the alleged perpetrator The reason, in my wisdom, it should be in the care of police. People could launch an attack based on sentiments, based on emotional outbursts, a lot more. And then that would be okay. Then the second thing, investigation surrounding that should be speeded enough, because the thing happened, it been more than 3-4 days now. Police has got nothing to say to the father. I monitored the father today. I mean, yesterday, police has got nothing to say to him. And even disappointingly, the father was being asked by police if he has the perpetrator number, he should follow scene to police. So one sense of investigation is that when you want the accuser to provide you the telephone number of the accused, so it doesn't show any seriousness, and just the reason the law is blind, the law does not see status. The law does not see, once there's a stake and you are accused, the law must do everything to deal with you as such. In fact, by now, if it is if it was in early government, by now you will be also trying to file your case. They will not dismiss you, but you could be relieved of your position because the authority he carries has weight. It could be an influencing factor.
That's the disappointment that I have within the Ministry of Youth and Sport.
Yeah, it could be an influencing factor for justice. And we don't want that. The future of our youth matters a lot, because if you try to see our life, those of us at this time, even the accused, is well in the fourth quarter of his life. So the emerging 14 years old, that's a higher degree of cruelty, especially in a country that prostitution is at a peak. You want socially release yourself, there are more different ways to go about. I'm reading for statistics. I mean, I'm a research person. So there are more better ways to go about than to do what he did. It's true.
But we have to say it's alleged, though, so we gotta be.
Yeah, we were
scared to say accused, alleged, accused. I mean, that's the same thing we say. I said if he did that.
Okay.
That would be. We can still to give our personal view on the issue, but let's let our guests to go. Mr. Lance, it has been a wonderful time being with you here tonight on the show. In 2 minutes, give us a parting comment.
Well, before Lance go, if you notice something, he kept saying our show. So that in itself, to me, means that he's part of this show now, and he's going to be very comfortable coming here anytime. Like I said, Lance, you're welcome anytime. It should not even be politics alone. Anything educationally, things that you think will help out.
Yeah, so I monitor the show. I monitor the show often. I monitor the show online, and I think Jion is doing a very great job. And Jion, thank for your commitment, and I love his control. When he don't take side, you know, he don't compromise the quality of the show. I think having when I think Mark Bleon or one of the co-hosts along with Gobasebo, I love the level of maturity, the way you control the show. So Jion, continue, and that you also appeal that maybe we should do not be carried away by the video demand for politics. There should be with time to get accustomed to the changes that were made. They should be set aside just to discuss social and educational related or issue. So thanks for the invite. I will love to be part of the show. But before I leave the show, I will conclude with, or I know Chris having an issue with some political analysis. I see people know the issue of the CMC, NIMBA, the issue of the national project or non-national project being the center. The issue with Koga and the vice president. So I will start with the issue of Koga and the vice president. I think NLP's loving Nimbadian should not pray or promote conflict between our leaders. I will join my voice of many voices to call for kind, no need to insult Koga or to take Koga's side or to take the vice president's side. If you have love for Nimba, if you believe in Nimba, you know Nimba develop, your job is to ensure that they both leaders reconcile their differences. If there is any, you should be a catalyst to promote, unity and peace among our leaders. Then the issue of CMC. Some people say CMC will destroy, is there on a mission, will do this, will do that, or will perform. If you look at it, if you do political analysis of past political parties that have been established, 2005, Vani Sherman came, he was one of the big spender, he didn't win. We have us from Kemon, or Reverend
Kennedy
Sandy King, he didn't succeed. We have the former Central Bank Governor, Mel Jones, Kevin Oyer, he didn't succeed. So we shouldn't just say, oh yeah, CMC will do this. No, it's not about how much you spend, but it's about the people, how they gravitate towards you with passion, with sincerity, without being induced. But however, considering the intentional nature of ability, I also feel that he have learned, because if I form an association or a political party organization, I will review factors that led to the failure of other institutions before me, and that will inform my strategy. I believe also he has reviewed lessons learned from those past or political failure that may inform his engagement. So we shouldn't just rate him out, even if there are 7 or 8% that vote for him, meaning he is making a ground. So we should consider that factor. It may not make impact, it may make impact based on how well he has reviewed lessons learned from past political parties that have failed. But I believe we shouldn't rate it out, but I'm sure they believe that the VP, also a political stakeholder in Nima, need to counter that with men on the ground to ensure that their presence is repeatedly what felt. Then the issue of the county development or the superintendent and Koga, and people, the soup is doing extremely well. I'm very proud, means that I go up and not my chest, and ever before that I'm a son of one Nima. You are seeing the projects all over. As much as we appreciate the issue of accountability, yes, there should be an audit. In fact, she initiated the audit, and it led with the GAC to give her the go out to publish the result. The issue of local government is strange to our people. It will take time for them to understand that. And the law didn't stare out what is national project or what is community work or county level work project. In your federal system, there are people, there are some institutions, some projects that last squarely on there is a responsibility of central government, and some are for the state, but we are running a unitary state. And then by us buttressing central government or project, they mean nothing. They can't ensure building. You cannot say that is national to build or have support maintenance waiting programs. So I believe we should put aside the politics and focus on development issues. I think our local government structure need a support than ever before. As much as we can hold them accountable, we shouldn't infuse politics with our level of criticism. They focus more on Nimba peace, Nimba unity, and reconstruct Nimba. So on that note, I say to the ambassador, the CEO, thanks for the platform. And I wish in the future you'll be relay Radio Secretary, Radio Yame. There are news. Also have a Dadewa section where our traditional music will be played. Our brothers and sisters abroad can also help to do that. Also, there are things called greeting from abroad. That cannot be a live show. The one that make Ghana tourism to boost. Where maybe in a week time you take the microphone around our brothers there in America, sending all greetings back home. It will help to get the our men zone to listen and say, oh, Kia glome equip glome bula we are glome papa you know we have to get the people know from the interior glue to the platform. No, I know I'm very happy with the innovation they bring behind this platform. I'm very supportive. I'm happy that you have done that. Kanomi, maybe some of these I'll come on Saturday or Sunday to just serve and maybe one of our panelists to ask some of the issue. And I will not forget million political focus on national, or social cohesion in Nimba. I will focus on Nimba unity and Nimba development. So John, Chris, my brother, Cedric, I will go back. Yeah, go back coming for go back coming for you, go back will deal with you, go back coming for you. So thanks for the show.
My messenger is on. Let's talk before you sleep.
Okay, so thanks for the show. I know it was a great interacting with you. I mean, who you can have very soon. They'll go around, go so I'll go people GB with so in North Senior.
I come in very soon, very soon.
Thank you so much for being here, Chief.
Okay, brother. Thank you for the time.
So, folks, that was the voice of Mr. Lance Bagoyon, a former representative candidate of Electoral District 7, Nima County, speaking to us this evening on Nima development, on issues you know about Liberia. And of course, we discussed lengthily about District 7. He expressed some little bit of dissatisfaction in the current representative of Electoral District 7. And it was really a good conversation with him. It was a great one. We've gone 2 hours 25 minutes on the show. But again, this issue of that little girl, maybe if you are giving your parting comment, your analysis of the show, you can throw light on it. So we will give each person 5 minutes, beginning with you, Mr. Matheson.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
How small time if I wasn't you.
All right. I'm happy that successive guests have taken interest in your stewardship, and the accolade to you is to our platform. So I want to add my voice to our guests to say thank you, Jim. You're doing a great job. We look forward to your leadership elevating us to Liberia, to international. Keep on doing the work you're doing. We are proud of you. We will not wait for outsiders to say it. We want to be among the number that will say it right here in-house. You're doing a great job. Now,
don't make Shaka Kevin go down, Blue.
You go down, you'll come out of there. I want to say again, thank you to the BKS family. Yesterday was my birthday, and recognition was one thing that I'm proud of, especially when I look at some of the photos DK posted. It beats my imagination that those photos are out there in the hands of people, because some of them was during my young age as student activist, and the one in the black suit with the cream stuff, that was a very young man entry into public sector and serving in the position as a director, controlling whole section of governance. I think looking back, it gives me that memory, and I want to say thank you all for the recognition. I think you made me happy. You made me feel that I'm part of the system, and my contribution to the system matters. Again, I want to say thank you. Now, to my analysis for tonight's discussion, I would say, I mean, it was never a surprise. I've known Lance, even though not very long time, but we work together very well. The true display of unity in diversity was being exhibited by us during these going elections, where Lance, me, Roger, all of us together pursuing our individual political interests as well as pursuing the general and holistic interests of Liberia through our call for Boakakun leadership of Liberia, because we saw it as the only remedy for Liberia's problem. Now, one of the things that he did, which adds my admiration for him, is that he was very pragmatic. He looks at issues, X-ray issue across, without being sentimental. Those of us who have a connection to the vice president, either by way of friendship or by way of association or by whatever way, people tend to see us to be squarely one-sided. But that level of objectivity that he brought, especially when I asking about the political dividend to our district. I mean, I was very intentional about it. I wanted to know his stake on it and how independent he will be, given his association with the office of the vice president. And he was candid and clear to the point. I think that was a good takeaway. Then 2018, the first couple years of the WIA's administration, the way in which things were being done, I analyzed everything and I just told myself, this is an opportunity lost. You know, because the young man has every popularity, and that catapulted him to the presidency, the highest office of the land, and we expected better of him. But the conduct, the surrounding, and everything presented a case study for any reasonable person to believe that this is an opportunity lost. And so we want to keep our leaders, the feet to the fire and to the standard that this administration, one that we labor for, we don't want it to be an opportunity lost. And I would want to join him, encourage every Nimbayans never to use the vice presidency as an opportunity loss. We should be the one to stand up. We should be the one to coordinate. We should be the one to come together, to unite and make a case that the rest of Liberia will see leadership readiness in us moving forward. So I wouldn't want to exhaust 5 minutes, that's a lot of time, but I want to say it was a great show. It was very great. And as we move on, the BKS continue to be the representation of the true representation of the name BKS. And I think it's good, it's incumbent upon us to keep on perfecting our craft and making sure that we become better representation of our entity, of our community, of our country. I think that will help to see the Liberia we want in a more positive and systemic way. I want to say thank you again. Thank you all for this opportunity.
Thank you. Even though you owe us our part of the birthday cake, you haven't brought it yet. So we still waiting.
You are yet to give my birthday gift. Don't make me go there.
You know what thing? You know the virgin, love to talk, right? Now they give you the family, that could be the family.
Quietly exhausted in 5 minutes. Quietly.
Yeah. Why we can't add a photo on it? I'm trying to put our logo, the lead thing on it.
The lead, you got it?
I got it up in the back. I don't know why it's not. There you go. So you can see it, right?
Yeah, but the cameraman, please let me see if I can take it to arrange it some kind of way.
Look, I got different one. I was saying different one there. But anyway, we'll let Chris. I was gonna say, but with the flyer there, let me let you work on it. We are probably one of the sponsors of one of the, let's say, the ongoing district league that is currently being held in Saint-Clair. I think District 7 played today, and they defeated District 4 massively. You can see my cousin laughing.
That's why we are noted for defeating people.
It defeated in a bad way. I think 4 or 3-0, but it was a good start to the tournament. So BKS, if you look on the banner there, you'll see BKS. Our logo is somewhere in the back there. You can see it. So I was really amazed and excited to see that we are part of such platform. So congrats to our team on the ground. District 5 will be playing her first game on Thursday. So we are looking forward to defeating massively District 2. Yeah, the people that will be more. So we'll be defeating them. To all our Booyah District 5 citizens that are following us, we have a new group that we found that we are in the process of raising funds for our district. This year, we want to make it look a little different in terms of providing support to our team. I mean, we can sit here and cheer all we want, but the team needs support, both moral support, financial support, and everything that we can do to help them. Our teams are currently in Secretary, both the boys and the girls. They are currently there on camp, training, getting ready to make us proud. So I just thought to share that. Again, to Lance made a lot of great suggestions tonight, and I was very amazed by all the conversation we had. One of the things that I really actually wrote down was that program he suggested, Greeting from Abroad. I think that's a good one that we need, all of us, every one of us on here on the platform. We need to brainstorm and see how we can to bring that to fruition. I think it'll be really nice because connecting people from the diaspora to the people in Betuo and District 6 and Butuo and Butu and all those stuff. I think it will draw more people towards our platform and will create good traffic. So I think that was one of the really good point that he made. I wrote it down. We'll discuss that in-house and see how we all can implement that. But yeah, great show tonight. Shadrach has been awful quiet tonight, so he hasn't been too excited. But I noticed Lance kept referencing Goba and Shadrach, so I don't know if Lance found that show and he noticed something. So maybe we have to set up another show here to invite Goba and then to have an interview. I met Shadrach.
And we'll let Shadrach to hold the show that
Shadrach
day.
hold the show.
Yeah, we'll let Shadrach to hold the show against Goba. One-on-one with Congo brother Goba and Shadrach.
But yeah, that's all I have, man. It was a great show. Thanks, guys, as always.
Thank you, CEO. Let's hear you, Shadrach. The other LTA member, what? No.
Why is
They don't take all the L from there, every ETA.
Yeah.
Because you spoil Nigerian me.
Why is it? I mean, yeah.
Let's hear your analysis and your batting comment all in one package.
All right, thank you. Yes, we can go because no call you can't discuss. It was a good show. Our brother, it was so professional. I love how he started his a year as a son of Nima, not in the provision of my company. So it make it very clear because some of the things people come here to see their personal thing, other people take it different out there and take it personal to a job site whatsoever. So he was very clear from the beginning before people dive into a job. So I love, I didn't go leave that. Yeah, even my question I was asking, not actually about a job, but I was trying to understand serving public and serving, how they call private institutions that actually that solely depend on profit, to survive whatsoever. Therefore, give me the experience in serving public and private, but I'm not actually asking for to explain about a company. So I don't want for you to understand that way. Junior, so for me, my analysis will actually be me on my new program, teaching attitude, and I will go to former person and incoming government officials. I started with them because we have a tendency in our country when people occupy public space, they fight to reach themselves instead of serving the people that they are being called to serve. Now, you know, we all will be judged one day. Now we are judging our great grandfathers, our fathers, and all the present, and our own children will judge all the steps we are taking now and what impact we're making in their life. That goes also to government officials. Going to public service is about serving the people, not you being served or you to achieve what the way in which things were done 5
we are struggling now.
somebody told me, I told her, no way, can but no still they were trying to come. I use my phone, I use the laptop. So
Yeah, go ahead.
we have to teach our mind, the way we teach our society, the way we feel that we should serve people to improve society. If you build a system to impact everybody, equality, that system will also help when you are no longer, it will help your children when you are no longer in our power. But when they are there, they feel that it's about them today, they will forget. Then when they leave the office, the system will turn against them because they are no longer in the office. You start to cry. Cry because the time you're supposed to have laid that foundation for the country to positively impact everybody. At that time, you feel it should be about you and your children. Forgetting to know that even when you're not no longer in power, the children cannot even manage what you are building. You get different mindset. The children get different mindset. So the foundation is to lay the foundation for the country for everybody to benefit. So our mind to be changed in the direction of helping the society grow, then growing yourself that will leave power. Even your children will struggle. They will suffer because they don't have the capacity you have, and what even what you left behind, they will also destroy it. We've seen lots of examples in the community around us in our society today. Rich people die, their children know immediately. So all what they have, because they can't manage, they don't have the capacity, they don't have the idea how their father got it overnight. So what you need to do as a country, as a government official, people who serve the public, is to teach your mind of building a society for everybody, for you. It may be today in that position, you will leave tomorrow. So when Peter comes in that position, you can't be Peter, why is wrong? Because you know the foundation. So we have to change our mind, our attitude towards society, and ourselves to grow as a nation. Thank you for the show tonight.
Thank you so much, LTA Shadrach.
Call that person back. The person that calling you, call them back. Return that call.
Thank you, Shadrach. Chris, let's hear you.
Thank you, Gion. Let me say thank you to everyone. It was a great show tonight, and he presented well because I wanted to jump on a single year for him when I talked about Nima share of this, government, the appointment, and he responded maturely. So it was a great show. But first, I want to let the CEO know that the district league, the is going to win. So it's nothing to worry about. I know today was just free.
We're playing our second game.
I know today was just a free run for people Mama seen there. So, but y'all meet us.
I'm going to be more.
Chris.
Yeah.
You know that this league we are playing is a traditional league?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, are you aware that we got Glow down playing District 5?
That's why I'm praying for you guys to meet. They should see me with the same thing from there. Then it'll be a free ride for me.
Okay.
Yes. First of my point, I will look at the rape issue that I talked about. Recently, I asked him that question. I read some comments for him when the thing happened, and I've been for the social media 2 days ago, closing on the thing, and it's a frustrating thing, right, Dion? When a poor man do it today in Liberia, it has somebody who don't have the money, don't have the need of community, That poste will be bien bas.
Mhm.
That poste will be bien bas. Today happy because they made a minister. They made out of freedom. Like people are saying, his security also involved. Today out there, people could harm me. People just zoom. People have gone through the investigation. People who have, rush on your family, could rush on your house. Your life also involved. But today, he out there. It was John Brown from there, off of Plato, off of Louis, that did it, to be bien bad. If that's the country or the society want, I think the government have to go beyond the police. It means you're general, I've been quiet. The general means you've been quiet. What's going on? Or because it's not their PS, it's not their relative daughter, or it's not their clan, it's not their children. That daughter get going through trauma. She's going through things today. She will not be able to walk in the community freely. People be putting figure out that girl, and that girl said the rape her. The trauma she's going to live with. And I think the police and the general ministry and the justice ministry have to do better than this. I don't understand why this man is not being bad. Or he's not being invited by the police. He out there. And my next point have to do with, he talk about government project and country project where I have, the students spoke on it. I think the local government and those lawmakers have to go back. There are a lot of mistakes in the local government act, and they had to work on because the superintendent right now is using, she's using the legality. She's using the law now. Because there are 9 specified in the local government act that this project is government project. This project is country project. It's open. So now they use our resources, use our money to promote whatsoever government. It could be Unity Party today, tomorrow it could be another political party, ANC or CDC. Maybe after 12 years or after another 6 years, they will do the same thing. It says soon. Then they go back and amend that law and specify the country money to be used on the country, not on government national project. Let them work on it. If they're not happy, we'll still be causing the same thing over and over, and they will not listen because there's nothing that's spare out. And which I listen to you, when you're talking about that. And my next point here have to do with people who have been appointed in position. I think they have to do better. Today, Nima, he talked about unity, yes. But we are killing each other, we are envying each other. Why we can't push each other? Why we can't rally around? I talk about Garrison Yedu. Why we couldn't rally around the young men at that time? People attacked us, so that we moved them. Where were the Nima people who couldn't rally around those people to talk about Waka? There are people who keep on Lofa. And Garrison served in a same position. He was deputy. He ran campaign. He sent me team. The government sent me team. He can Lofa. He doesn't remove. But in Nima, we go after those people because they're not supporting another party. We want for Nima to be united. We want all to be strong to support somebody to the now, or to be strong to produce somebody in the future. We need to start envy. We have to start working around each other. You cannot tear young men now. You expect people to say, look at you. Today, see my vulnerability. How many people talking about, hey, they're going to post a business in Liberia. They're fighting him. Nima people, are we going to talk for him? Or was it what I'm doing? Was saying before ahead. Then to tomorrow, we want for all to talk about Nima unity. I think it's now. It's now. Everybody in Nima, business our own, the other people our own. If things affecting it, that talk about it. If you want to pick and choose, if you do pick and choose, there'll be fight in that country. There'll be fight in that country. That everybody will be the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. The man went 7 minutes 15 seconds. But before you close that, let me make a quick announcement here. So tomorrow we will be hosting Dr. Gompu. He was a former presidential aspirant. He ran this going election at he
former senatorial aspiring.
Was this senator?
He did not aspire for the presidency.
Okay. Maybe that's a mistake on my side. So he's going to be our guest tomorrow. So it's going to be very, very educative. He's a professor, from Nema County, well versed in so many things. So
Purely economic.
okay. So I think Junior, you talked about the rate, the exchange rate and all those things, right? We got economics professor coming on tomorrow. He's going to be educating us. So, and I think Calabo is also going to be on the show too tomorrow. So everybody come prepared tomorrow. It's going to be a really, really good one. So fasten your seatbelt. Let's get that right on. So yeah, I just want to let you know that, and then on Monday we'll confirm the rest of the guests. But tomorrow will be Dr. Gompu, who will be on our show. He will be our guest tomorrow.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you
my
so
man
much.
called me afterwards. Good.
When you're that good, Nina, I in trouble. And I'm a zobu Nina. Whenever they call that name, yeah, in trouble.
It was a good show. It was really, really a good one. I just wanted to throw a little light on this little girl that was allegedly raped. Now, Liberia as a country, we suffer from a lot of things, especially when it comes to our justice system. The issue of someone being alleged, it comes with their character and everything, especially in a case where the person involved is a statement. And when the incident occurred, the person was not arrested on the scene. So by law, according to our law, our penal code, especially in Liberia with rape is not even defined under our constitution. It's not even defined in our penal code. That's where some of us that are studying law, we've been finding issue with that. Now, I remember a case that people did a gang rape in Nima, and they were sentenced to 5 years in prison. And another person did a statutory rape, that is single person raping another person, and that person was sentenced to 10-year imprisonment. Now you see it, the power given to the judge to pronounce the sentencing, it makes it difficult. Within this case now, the girl need to go for forensic testing, DNA testing, and all of that. How sure can we be that the DNA will come up very positive that this person involved or this person that have been accused will be the one or will not be the one? How independent is the Forensic Institute in Liberia? Do the Liberia National Police have her own independent forensic institute? These are things we take into consideration. And especially with cases like this, now you call international partners to come in because this has to do with the reputation of the government. It has to do with the integrity of the government. You're serving in the arm of youth, and you can be the one to destroy a youth. That is bad. But again, the law says the law distinguish in certain cases for equal protection. In as much as the law is protecting a person who is allegedly raped, the law is also protecting a person who is accused of being of raping this person. So while they are protecting her under the law, they will be protecting him too under the law. So the law distinguish in that direction to give equal protection to victims or perpetrator. That's just what I wanted to say. So he can't go to prison right now. But when the DNA result comes out and it is proven that 30% out of 100% of his DNA is within that girl, he will be arrested. Or if 50%, he will be arrested.
But when the other people who do it or who did it before to the villages, right? They were tears done before they put in jail.
Okay, great. Then now I say the law distinguish for equal protection. The reason why those people were arrested because number one, Chris and Junior live in a community. Chris got property. Chris got reputation. Junior doesn't have property. Junior doesn't have reputation. Now, if we appear before the law, they will consider how genuine I am and how genuine you are. Do I risk leaving the country? Yes. I risk leaving the country because I do not have property. If I leave to go back, I will never even think of coming back because I have committed a crime. But Chris has property. If he leaves the country, his property stays there, his family stays there. So now they look into that direction too as well. The person who committed that crime, maybe in Glaze or P, doesn't have property in Liberia, doesn't have family or relative in Liberia, he could leave to go to any other country and he will not think of coming back. But Chris, who committed a crime in Monrovia, got an estate, got his family, got a job, he will not leave Liberia because he has those property. That's how the law operates.
Contesting District 6, 2029, he can't leave.
Yeah, so you see that? He makes it that way.
All right, man.
It was a wonderful show. Hope to see all of you guys tomorrow.
All right.
So what is it?
Remember, we can see you can't do it now.